Hello YouTube, this is DVD Review Studios here, and today I'm going to be doing a complete collection overview of my entire DVD collection for 2018, which in comparison to my previous collection overview from 2015, things have significantly changed. We have a brand new setup, featuring shelving that I custom built myself. We have 10 shelves in total, and over 700 titles in the collection. And so if you think something is perhaps missing, you may want to consult my Blu-ray collection overview. But anyway, the bottom 5 shelves are primarily all movie related with a couple of exceptions. And the top 5 shelves are all primarily TV shows. And so I shall be going through each shelf individually in this overview and showing off what titles I own. So let's begin. Okay, so first up for the top shelf we have the Doctor Who modern Russell T Davies era, which of course began in 2005 with Series 1, starring Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper. And this is the ludicrously huge first edition of the Series 1 box set, which has the literal sort of TARDIS style, particularly with the interior. Series 2 featuring David Tennant as the 10th Doctor, which began his legacy on the show, and this is the lenticular version, which came from the limited edition Cyberman clamshell headpiece. Next up we have the third series of Doctor Who, which is the standard version featuring John Simm as the Master, one of my favourite actors, and Series 4, which is my favourite series of the show, featuring Catherine Tate as Donna Noble, my favourite companion, and this is the limited edition Honeycomb style box set, which was exclusive to HMV if I'm not mistaken, and it's a very good design with the Supreme Dalek on the front of it. And then we have the specials, beginning with the 2008 special starring David Morsey, and that one's titled The Next Doctor. We have Planet of the Dead, the 2009 Easter special, the 2009 Autumn special, The Waters of Mars, and David Tennant's final official episode, and that is The End of Time Parts 1 and 2, again featuring John Simm. And then we have David Tennant in the Day of the Doctor 50th Anniversary special, also featuring Matt Smith and John Hurt as the War Doctor. And then we have the Sarah Jane spin-off series, which is something I watched a lot of when I was a lot younger, and the show was sadly sort of ended prematurely due to Liz Sladen, the lead actress, sadly passing away, which was certainly a huge kick to the feels. But then we have Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, and Series 5, which was sadly incomplete. And certainly, I've kind of kept hold of the show basically for nostalgia reasons, but I may give that a rewatch one day. Next up we have the ITV series of Primeval. We have Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, which is kind of where the show went downhill in my opinion, Series 4, which was an okay reboot, and Series 5, which has a ludicrously annoying cliffhanger, which is probably never ever going to be resolved. And then we have the Star Trek Next Generation collection, which is only Series 1 through to 4 in these sort of limited edition clamshell box sets, which are very nice additions. Star Trek movie, and that is First Contact, which is a very good film starring Patrick Stewart. Then we have the complete series of Alias, which is a very interesting spy series starring Jennifer Gardner and Victor Garber. That's Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, and the final series, Series 5, which had an okay ending in my opinion. Wasn't too good. Then we have Life on Mars, Series 1, again starring John Simm, Series 2, and then Philip Glenister takes over with the spin-off series Ashes to Ashes, which kinda sort of continues onwards from Life on Mars. So we have Series 1 of Ashes to Ashes, Series 2, Series 3, and to end the top shelf we have the first series of Mad Men, which I'm still yet to watch. Next up we have the complete series of Firefly, the continuation movie Serenity, and we have another TV show starring Nathan Fillion, and that is the complete series of Castle. We have Castle series or season 1, Castle Season 2. Season 3, my favourite season. Season 4, which was also very good, and then I got a little bit of a vibe of a decline around Season 5 and 6, but I still do very much like the show. Season 6, Season 7, and the final season, Season 8. Next up we have iZombie Season 1, Season 2, which was a very good season, and Season 3, which is a Region 1 copy. They still haven't released iZombie Season 3 over here in the UK. Next up we have the complete series of Breaking Bad. We have Breaking Bad Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, my personal favourite season, and Season 5 Part 1 and Part 2, the final season. Next up we have the complete series of Prison Break. We have Prison Break Season 1, Season 2, which is by far my least favourite season of the show, Season 3, my personal favourite season of the show, Season 4, the final season as it's called, but we all know what happened there, it got revived. So this season overall was quite good in my opinion, especially for the character of Alex Mahone. And then we have Season 5, which is only 9 episodes long, and I thought was very, very good. Next up we have the complete series of Mad Dogs. We have Mad Dogs Series 1 and 2 in a small box set. And then we have Series 3, which is my favourite. And Series 4, the conclusion, which I thought was quite disappointing overall. Prey, which is a miniseries from ITV starring John Simm also. Exile, which is a very thought-provoking drama. State of Play, the original BBC political drama series, which is certainly a hell of a lot better than the movie remake starring Russell Crowe, which I personally hated. Scrubs, Seasons 1 through to 9, which is a very large box set. Arrested Development, this is the original 3 seasons in one box set, and I absolutely love this show. Certainly one of my favourite American comedy series. And then we have the reboot series, which is Season 4 from Netflix, which I thought was okay. The next bit is going to get a little bit repetitive with all these individual season installments. But first up we have The League, which is a fantastic comedy show based around American fantasy football. So that's Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, which was my personal favourite season, and Season 7, which to be honest I felt was a little bit of a letdown. And then we move on to Workaholics, which is a fantastic office-based comedy show from Comedy Central. So that's Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, which to be honest is my personal favourite season out of all of them. Season 5, which was very good. Season 6, which had some great episodes on the first disc. And the final season, Season 7. Next up we have the complete series of the US Office. We have Seasons 1 through to 5 in the Ultimate Package, That's What She Said box set. Then we have Season 6 through to 9 separately, so there's Season 6. Season 7, where the sort of main character, Steve Carell's character of Michael Scott, actually left the show, and that kind of made things quite loose in terms of Season 8 and 9, since Steve Carell obviously wasn't there. So we have Season 8, which was okay in my opinion, and Season 9, which had some pretty bad filler episodes, but overall a very heartwarming finale. And to conclude this shelf, we have the first volume of Seinfeld, and that is Seasons 1 and 2 combined. And so we move out of American-style comedy with Parks and Recreation Season 1, and we move into British comedy with certainly one of the most popular British comedies of all time, and that is the original UK version of The Office, followed by the David Brent movie focusing on the title character, and that is of course Life on the Road. Next up we have the complete box set of Extras, which is by far one of my favourite projects from Ricky Gervais. the live stand-up show box set of Animals, Politics and Fame, the separate stand-up show Science, the Ricky Gervais Show Season 1, Season 2 and Season 3, Hello Ladies, the complete series and the TV movie, Life's Too Short Season 1 and the special, Derek Series 1, Series 2 and the special, An Idiot Abroad starring Carl Pilkington, An Idiot Abroad 2 and An Idiot Abroad 3 the special. Next up we have another Carl Pilkington series, and that is The Moaning of Life and The Moaning of Life Series 2. The original TV series of Mr. Bean, we have Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. The Thick of It, we have the complete Series 1. The specials, which basically make up Series 2, Series 3, and Series 4. Next up we have the fantastic sitcom-style comedy from Lee Mack, and that is Not Going Out. This is Series 1 through to 5. And we have Series 6 and Series 7 separate. And Series 6 was when Tim Vine left the show, and surprisingly the quality still remained the same, just as funny. Mr. Sloan, starring Nick Frost and Olivia Colman. Sadly this show never really took off. It got cancelled after this one series, which I thought was quite good. Mongrels, Series 1 and Series 2, a great BBC Three show from back in the day. We Know Where You Live, the remix edition, which is a very, very bizarre sketch show. Likewise with Big Train, Series 1 and 2. Spaced, which is a fantastic collaboration between Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Black Books, Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3. I do apologise once again for how repetitive the TV show section will be throughout this DVD collection video. Moving on, we have Peep Show, Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, which is probably my favourite series of the show. I love the episode where Mark is very pressured in a business meeting and comes out with one of the worst lines of the show possible. Likewise, with the episode where Jeremy accidentally kills the dog on the canal trip. Next up we have Series 5, Series 6, Series 7, which had a great finale episode, Series 8, which a lot of people really don't like, and it's honestly one of my favourite series of Peep Show, and Series 9, which I thought had a fantastic conclusion. Next up we have the complete series of the IT Crowd. We have Volume 1, or Version 1 rather, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, and Series 5, which is called The Internet Is Coming, which was a 40-odd minute special finale to the show. Next up we have the complete series of The Inbetweeners. I do own the Inbetweeners movies on Blu-ray. And so with the British comedy section out of the way, we now move into my animation section. And so we have the only anime series that I have in my collection, and it's a show that I watched when I was about 14-15 years old. It's called Azumanga Daioh. My friend Chris got me into this, and it's a really funny coming-of-age anime show, and certainly something that I think a lot of younger audiences would appreciate as well. And just overall had some fantastic humour. It's Volume 5 and Volume 6. Next up we have the Warner Brothers animation Pinky and the Brain, which I absolutely love. Great comedy duo. So that's Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. I'd love to one day get hold of all the Animaniacs DVD sets, but that's another show I'm very fond of as well. And speaking of the Animaniacs, we have the Christmas special called Wacko's Wish, which was a very funny Christmas short film. Continuing with animation, we have Robot Chicken Star Wars and Robot Chicken Star Wars 2, which I believe I slated very heavily in my last collection overview in 2015. I rewatched these about maybe 3 or 4 months ago now, and genuinely really enjoyed them. Next up we have Cleveland Show Season 1, Season 2. Seth MacFarlane's Cavalcade of Cartoon Comedy, which is a compilation of various skits and satires of various properties. Family Guy Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, one of my favourite seasons of Family Guy, Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, Season 8, Season 9, Season 10, Season 11, Season 12, Season 13 featuring the 200th episode, Season 14, which was a very good season, Season 15, Season 16, one of my favourite seasons from recent years, and Season 17, which was very entertaining as well. Then we have the Stuart Griffin, The Untold Story, Blue Harvest, which is the much thicker t-shirt edition box set, likewise with Something Dark Side, and Family Guy Uncovered, which has some extra commentaries and various deleted scenes, etc. on it. American Dad now. We have American Dad Season 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4 featuring one of my favourite episodes, and that is Tearjerker, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, Volume 8, Volume 9, Volume 10, Volume 11, and Volume 12. Next up we have the complete series of Futurama. So we have Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, and then we have the 4 straight-to-DVD movies, which do make up Season 5, I believe, over in America. So we have Bender's Big Score, The Beast with a Billion Backs, Bender's Game, which I've been very partial to in recent years. I would say that was now my favourite of the TV movies, and Into the Wild Green Yonder. And then we have the Comedy Central seasons. We have Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, and finally Season 8. Next up we have Bob's Burgers, Seasons 1 through to 7, so there's Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, and Season 7. Then we move into quite possibly one of the best animated shows of all time, and that is of course The Simpsons. So we have Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, Season 7, Season 8, Season 9, Season 10, Season 11, Season 12, Season 13, Season 14, Season 15, Season 16, Season 17, Season 18, literally the latest DVD release we have from The Simpsons. I'm hoping we do get Season 19 at least maybe this year or the beginning of next year. And so we do jump on indeed to Season 20, the 20th Anniversary Special Edition box set. And then we move into South Park with South Park Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, Season 6, which is by far one of my favourite seasons of South Park, Season 7, Season 8, another favourite of mine, Season 9, I love the free Wilsiak episode on this one. Season 10, which contains my favourite episode of South Park, which is Make Love Not Warcraft. Season 11. Season 12. Season 13. Season 14, which is the Region 1 copy. Season 15. Season 16. Season 17. Season 18. Season 19. And Season 20. And then we have the complete series of Archer. We have Archer Season 1. Season 2. Season 3. Then we move into the Region 1 seasons. We have Season 4. Season 5, Archer Vice. Season 6. Season 7. And Archer Season 8, Dreamland. And so now we move on from the TV show section into the movie section, beginning with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey, and The Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug. I do not own Battle of the Five Armies yet, but I do plan on getting it, of course. Then we have the Star Wars original saga, I guess you could call it at this point. So we have the prequels, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, my least favourite Star Wars movie, Revenge of the Sith, which I do definitely have a soft spot for, a fantastic film in my eyes, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, which is by far my favourite Star Wars movie, and Return of the Jedi. And then we have the bonus material disc, which has some fantastic behind-the-scenes stuff included. And the rest of the Star Wars movies and animated shows, etc. I own on Blu-ray. Next up we have the box set of the 5 original Planet of the Apes movies. Next up is the reimagined Tim Burton remake, I guess you could call it, of Planet of the Apes. The Animatrix, The Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, Revolutions, and the behind-the-scenes documentary Revisited. Next up we have Independence Day, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Cloverfield, the Tom Cruise remake of War of the Worlds, which I genuinely quite like, Artificial Intelligence, which is a phenomenal movie in my opinion, I, Robot, Gattaca, which I think is a very underappreciated movie, The Fifth Element, Galaxy Quest, Tron, Tron Legacy, Limitless, the unrated extended cut, Dread, A Sound of Thunder, Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel, The Black Hole, Caprica, which is the very sort of unsuccessful prequel series to Battlestar Galactica 2004, Shark Knight, Sharknado 1, Sharknado 2, and Sharknado 3, which begins the segment of shitty shark flicks. So we have Planet of the Sharks, Sharktopus, Sand Sharks, Shark in Venice, Jaws in Japan, Ghost Shark, and Open Water. Then we have Rogue, Lake Placid, and King Kong Lives. Next up we have a couple of box sets of Monster Quest, which is a very funny History Channel documentary style show. So we have Season 2, which is a 5-disc set, Season 3 Part 1, which is a 2-disc set, and then we have the Best Of compilation, which basically contains the best episodes of Season 1 and Season 4. And so now we move into my very small horror section. So we have Hannibal Rising, Aliens, Alien vs Predator, The Crow, The Fly 1 and 2, Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, the third Evil Dead, and the Evil Dead remake, which I genuinely thought was quite good. The Gremlins double pack containing Gremlins and Gremlins 2. Child's Play, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, and Bride of Chucky. And 28 weeks later, moving on, we have Krampus, Schindler's List, Paths of Glory, which is a fantastic Stanley Kubrick movie, Saving Private Ryan, Basic, This Is Spinal Tap, March of the Penguins, The Crocodile Hunter Collision Course starring Steve Irwin, The Incredible Hulk, Thor, the Sam Raimi / Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy, so we have Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3, the Not So Amazing Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Dark Knight trilogy, the Indiana Jones trilogy. We have Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, and The Black Sheep, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The Rocky Anthology, which features the first 5 Rocky movies. The Graduate, Glengarry Glen Ross, Saving Mr. Banks, Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, Kingsman: The Secret Service, Atomic Blonde, The Green Mile, Brick, Gilda, Braveheart, phenomenal movie, likewise with Gladiator, V for Vendetta, one of my personal favourites. American History X has got to be one of my favourite character portrayals from Edward Norton. Children of Men. Captain Phillips, certainly one of my favourite character portrayals from Tom Hanks. Iv, starring Malcolm McDowell. Mr. Brooks. The Pursuit of Happiness, Tuesday, Sex Traffic, Reign Over Me, Lawrence of Arabia, Raging Bull, The Illusionist, Requiem for a Dream, Rumblefish, The Virgin Suicides, which is a phenomenal movie. Likewise with Primal Fear, I love Richard Gere's character in this, along with the very bizarre multiple personality character rather that Edward Norton portrays. 9, Flashdance, Crime and Punishment, easily in my top 10 favourite movies, absolutely phenomenal adaptation of the original novel by Dostoevsky, and a great character portrayal of Roger Raskolnikov from John Sim. Then we have the Tarantino collection, we have Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2, Jackie Brown, True Romance, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, and Django Unchained. I do own the Hateful Eight on Blu-ray. Big Trouble in Little China, The Long Goodbye, Looper, Point Break, Speed, Taken, Taken 2. I used to own the third one, but to be honest, it's a pretty nothing movie, so it's not really worth having anyway. The Grey, which I thought was a phenomenal film. Likewise with Non-Stop. And I'll Walk Among the Tombstones, which certainly impressed me. Then we have Chloe, which is basically almost a porn film. The Next 3 Days, which is a great Russell Crowe movie. The Hunt, which is a Danish subtitle film starring Mads Mikkelsen and easily one of my all-time favourite movies. City of God. La Haine, which is easily one of my all-time favourite movies and is a French subtitle film. Pan's Labyrinth, which is a phenomenal movie. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, one of my favourite portrayals from Jack Nicholson. Wonderland. 25th Hour. Stand By Me. The Goonies. The Machinist, Rain Man, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the original Swedish version, and the remake directed by David Fincher starring Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. Fembouve, Shutter Island, Panic Room, £7, The Usual Suspects, A Beautiful Mind, Trainspotting, The Boondock Saints, The Departed, Sherlock Holmes, Bronson, Wanted, Hancock, Training Day, The Deer Hunter, Falling Down, which is one of my favourite Michael Douglas movies, Thunderball, pretty much the only 007 movie that I genuinely quite like, Memento, Fahrenheit 451, As Scanner Darkly, Blitz, The Bank Job, Crank, Crank 2 High Voltage, the Transporter Trilogy, Transporter 2, and Transporter 3, U571, and now we're moving to comedy, beginning with British comedy, so we have Submarine, one of my favourite British comedies of all time, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Monty Python's Life of Brian, Absolutely Anything, A Fantastic Fear of Everything, Big Nothing, Frankie Go Boom, The Good Night, Run Fat Boy Run, Human Traffic, Cemetery Junction, The Invention of Lying, Ghost Town, The Actors, 24-Hour Party People, In the Loop, which is a spin-off movie from the TV series which I spoke of before, which is The Thick of It, Magicians, starring the guys from Peep Show, Cuban Fury, Love Actually, the Mr. Bean movie box set of The Holiday and The Ultimate Disaster Movie, Johnny English, and Johnny English Reborn. I'm very much looking forward to Johnny English Strikes Again. Role Models, Little Man, Daddy Daycare, Down with Love, Catch Me If You Can, Hotel for Dogs, Thank You for Smoking, Wedding Crashers, Employee of the Month, Team America World Police from the creators of South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stern, Bad Santa, Step Brothers, and finally for this shelf, Hall Pass. Dan in Real Life, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Juno, 50-50, Batman the movie based on the 66 TV series, The Breakfast Club, It Happened One Night, the Rush Hour trilogy. We have Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3, Hitch, The Terminal, Due Date, Mrs. Doubtfire, Elf, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, School of Rock, Ghostbusters, Be Kind Rewind, Borat, Super, Zombieland, Arthur, Night at the Museum, Liar Liar, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Yes Man, The Cable Guy, 21 and Over, Get Him to the Greek, This Is the End, Pineapple Express, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Date Night, Dinner for Schmucks, Get Smart. The Jackass movies, we have Jackass the movie, Jackass number 2 and Cut, Jackass 2.5, Jackass 3, Jackass 3.5, Bad Grandpa, and then we have the MTV series. We have Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, which are essentially compilation movies based on the TV show itself. The Room, The Disaster Artist, Office Space, Superbad, and then we move into quite literally an Adam Sandler movie collection, which I may be one of the few people on this planet who genuinely has a dry enough sense of humor to find the guy still funny. So we have Going Overboard, Adam Sandler's first movie, Airheads, which I genuinely thought was quite funny, The Wedding Singer, which was quite a sweet movie to be honest, The Waterboy, which I love Sandler's character in this film, Billy Madison, Bulletproof, one of my favourite Adam Sandler movies, Bulletproof, one of my favourite Adam Sandler movies, Big Daddy, Little Nicky, which is probably one of the weaker ones to be honest, Mr. Deeds, Eight Crazy Nights, which is bizarrely animated. Anger Management, I absolutely adore this film for Jack Nicholson. Happy Gilmore, a classic. 50 First Dates. Punch Drunk Love, which is a pretty terrible movie to be honest. Spanglish, which is quite a humorous film. The Longest Yard, which is incredibly entertaining. Likewise with Click. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Bedtime Stories. Funny People. Grown Ups. Just Go With It. That's My Boy. And then we move into various stand-up shows. We have Dane Cook, Vicious Circle, the HBO stand-up comedy event. John Bishop Live. John Bishop Live The Sunshine Tour. And John Bishop Live Roller Coaster. And for the final shelf, we have a couple more stand-up shows. We have Little Britain Live, the free Russell Howard live stand-up shows, and two best-of compilations of Russell Howard's TV show from BBC Three called Good News. And there's Best of Series 2. Lee Mack Live. Lee Mack Going Out Live, which was by far my favourite stand-up from Lee Mack. I love his comedy style. And then we have Hit the Road Mac. South Park, Bigger, Longer and Uncut. Beavis and Butthead Do America. The Simpsons movie. The Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars series, we have Volume 1 and Volume 2. The very childish Clone Wars movie from 2008. The complete series of Invader Zim, we have Season 1 and Season 2. The Ren and Stimpy Show, first and second season, and Season 3.5-ish. Batman the Animated Series, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and Mask of the Phantasm. Some classic cartoons, we have some Hanna-Barbera stuff featuring Top Cat, Peter Potamus, Secret Squirrel, one of my personal favourites, which is one that is actually a custom-made DVD by me. I just downloaded all the episodes onto a disc, and that is Quick Draw McGraw. Tom and Jerry, of course, a cartoon classic for sure, and just absolute comedy gold. So we have Volumes 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Complete collection of Wallace and Gromit. We have The Free Cracking Adventures, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, and the final show, A Matter of Life and Death. Moving into Disney/Disney Pixar, we have the Toy Story 1-3 DVD box set. The two Toy Story shorts, Toy Story of Terror and That Time Forgot. A Bug's Life. Monsters Inc., my favourite Pixar movie. Finding Nemo. The Incredibles. Ratatouille. WALL-E. Cars, Motors, Tall Tales. Some Disney classics, we have Robin Hood and Hercules. The Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my absolute favourite Disney movies. G-Force. Lilo and Stitch, again, one of my absolute favourite Disney movies. Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch. Stitch the Movie, and Leroy and Stitch. Next up we have Zootropolis, the Pirates of the Caribbean 1-3 box set featuring my personal favourite, which is Dead Man's Chest, and Salazar's Revenge as it's called over here in the UK, basically Dead Men Tell No Tales. The Madagascar movies, we have Madagascar, Madagascar 2, Escape to Africa, Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted, the Christmas special, Merry Madagascar, Ice Age, Ice Age 2, The Meltdown, Ice Age 3, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Ice Age 4, Continental Drift, Ice Age, A Mammoth Christmas, Shark Tale, Over the Hedge, Monsters vs. Aliens, the I Am Giant, a superb Brad Bird movie, and finally, to round off the entire collection, we have a personal favourite of mine, a classic from when I was a lot younger, and that is The Wind in the Willows. And if you've made it this far, I really do appreciate you tuning in and sticking around. Of course, as with any collection overview, this is a very long-winded process, but I do certainly hope it was worth the wait, since this was a very highly requested video on my channel. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like down below. If you have any extra thoughts, do drop a comment down below. And one of my next uploads will certainly be my Blu-ray collection overview for 2018. And for more similar content, please do subscribe down below.